UFC was created in 1993. For 65 years prior to that, my family had already been testing jiu-jitsu against other disciplines of martial arts. So we already knew jiu-jitsu had a superior, superior skills for a real street fight. So it had been tested successfully for so many years that my dad just said, well, if we can put this on television, then we'll be able to answer the most important question of them all. Which system of self-defense is most effective when there are no rules, no time limits, no judges, no points, nothing? You two men go in, one man walks out, and really be able to test once and for all what really works. And I think that, we accomplished that because UFC 1, for any of you out there who've never seen, the original UFCs, you have to go back. UFC 1, 2, 3, and 4 are the main ones because each fighter in that situation represented a discipline. And it was wrestling versus karate, boxing versus jiu-jitsu, savate versus sumo. This is amazing stuff. And you get a chance to really see in a raw setting what really works and what doesn't from the best representatives. But my dad was very clever. He knew that of all the 8 representatives, of all the martial artists, he wanted to put the jiu-jitsu representative to be the smallest one, the physically smallest and weakest one. So that when Hoist, the representative from our family, would go in there and defeat these giants, people would not be able to attribute his success to his physical attributes. And when he defeated them, which he did, people said, wow, if the little skinny Brazilian guy can beat the giants, that's what I want to learn. And that was it, man. I haven't put jiu-jitsu on the map. 1993, that went down. 1994, U.S. Army contacted our family. And since then, the U.S. Army has been practicing jiu-jitsu as part of their basic combatives training. 1.2 million soldiers now adopted jiu-jitsu. It's amazing. And I think it's an aspect that a lot of people, a lot of humane individuals really appreciate about it, because not every altercation you encounter with someone who tries to either offend you or an uncle who gets too drunk at a family gathering and is acting ridiculous and you have to control this person. Not every situation warrants ripping someone's eyes out of their sockets. You know what I'm saying? So to have a technique and have a system of self-defense that gives you the full range of options in dealing with someone, whether it be neutralization holds, where you can just control someone against their will until they decide to cooperate, or, deadly techniques where I can break someone's joints or kill someone if I have to. Jiu-jitsu gives you the full range. And I think that's what people appreciate the most about it, because a lot of times I ask someone, you should learn jiu-jitsu. And why don't you? And they say, well, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Mm-hmm. And that's the worst answer possible, because to them is, if you're really a lover, then you should learn jiu-jitsu, because only then can you control your drunk uncle without hurting them at the kid's birthday party. Because if you don't know jiu-jitsu, what are you going to do? Punch his face in, or it's going to be a bloody brawl. Yeah. But with jiu-jitsu, no blood, no cuts, nothing crazy, just control, which ties into our Gracie bully-proof anti-bullying program, the nonviolence aspect. We grew up in the Gracie family, very fortunate. All around my uncles and my dad and my grandfather, learning how to defend myself. From as early as I can walk, I'm learning self-defense. Not every kid had that opportunity. So for us, when my brother and I grew up and we matured and we finally took over the Gracie Academy, it was our belief that if we could create a program that would give families the opportunity and the resources to prepare their children the same way my brothers and I were prepared from an early age, we would be doing a great service for the world, for mankind. Then we start teaching them what's called junior grapplers, junior combatives, and these techniques are the self-defense, 33 techniques, basically that they'll need for any self-defense situation on school grounds, on the way home from school, to defend against a larger attacker. And the best part, at least that I've gotten feedback from parents around the world, the best part is the nonviolence aspect. Because if you have a kid who's getting bullied and you take him to boxing class or a karate class and you say, hey, go learn some punches and kicks, that child's only resource to aggression or harassment is going to be to punch and kick the aggressor in the face. And you're turning the victim into the bully in that case. So for us, it's not about fighting fire with more fire. It's teaching the children how to fight fire with water. If an aggressor comes, we teach them how to first neutralize it verbally, verbal jiu-jitsu. If that doesn't work, you have to get help. Tell a teacher, tell a parent, tell a grown-up. If that doesn't work and the aggressor still is attacking them, then they can defend themselves with techniques, but only to match the level of aggression coming. So just enough to put out the fire, but no more. And that's the secret. And in that sense, we're creating more respectful, disciplined, tolerant, and confident, more importantly than anything else, young boys and girls.